Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? How you feeling? Live session starts now. We want to talk about the latest immigration news. How are you? How you feeling? Let me know in the comment section. We want to talk about the latest news, what's going on. If you have questions, please don't forget, don't hesitate to put it in the comment section so we can answer those questions to the best of our ability. Okay, let me know in the comment section if you have a question. Please put it. This is the time we answer questions. Please put it in the comment section. Okay, trying to put my live session on IG. Yeah, I'm putting it on IG. By the way, please like so we can get, people, because that's what we do. Um, okay. Can someone in New York on a paternity leave take another job during the period? That I don't know. Really, that I don't know. That question, to be honest, I don't know. Yeah, that you should ask somebody like employment type of lawyer. Yeah, that question to I don't know. I don't know. You have to know what your contract says if you cannot take another job while you're on a paternity leave. Yeah, that question, to be honest, I don't know what in the state of New York, even in other states, I really don't know. Okay, so we want to talk about the latest immigration news. Okay, what's really going on with the immigration department? Um, the first thing is we know that the birthright citizenship went all the way to the Supreme Court. Uh, yeah, let me start with the birthright citizenship first, and then we talk about TPS. Okay, we have a question. Hi, dear. How are you? I hope all is well. I'm doing. We have to wait for the a notice from USA before make the payment for asylum can't pending. Yeah, if the case is pending with USCIS, according to USCIS, you have to wait for them to send a letter because you have no way of paying with USCIS directly. If the case is pending, you wait for USCIS to send a letter, but with the court, there's the website through the your portal, payment portal, you can pay. But with USCIS, you just wait for them to send you a letter. That's what USCIS said. As a matter of fact, let me find out that place actually says it. Let me. I had it before. I'm gonna try to find out. If I find it, I'll let you know. Okay. Yeah. But meanwhile, if you have another question, just please put it in the comment section. USCIS fees. I found it somewhere. Hold on. I think I had it somewhere. Hold on. Yeah, let's see if I can find it somewhere else. I think I had it somewhere. Just give me one moment. Let me find it. I had it somewhere, but anyway, that's what USCIS says. Hold on a second. Please with USCIS. USCIS. Yeah, I don't find it anymore, but I had it. Hold on, let me see if I can. Give me one more minute. If I find it even after, I'll show you what it actually says. This person. Okay, so yeah, this is what USCIS says. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so we got it. Let me show you. We got it for USCIS. Let me show you what the USCIS says. Let me see here the question first. My son will be 21 all December, and he has not been called for visa interview. Did you file something? What is the context of this question? Did you file something? You wait? Is it with you? I mean, as long as you filed before the child turned 21, I guess that's what matters, right? So yeah, you need more context of this question because it's just too vague. Okay, let me show you what USCIS says about the fees. Okay, share the screen. Share the screen. Okay, share. Yeah, this is what USCIS says. Okay, USCIS update fees based on HR 1 USCIS. Any alien who filed or files a Form I-589 after October 1st, 2024 that remains pending with USCIS for 360 days must pay the AAF, like the fees, is on the 1-year anniversary of his or her filing date and each year thereafter that the application remains pending on such day of the calendar year. Okay. For the first time, the AAF is due. Aliens who file for asylum do not need to monitor the time their application has been pending. And if A applies to them, USCIS, this is the part that you want, USCIS will issue personal notice to alien when their annual fee is due, which will include the amount of the fee. USCIS, you don't have to monitor that, so don't be worrying about that if your case is pending with USCIS. We're talking about USCIS only, okay? If your case is pending with USCIS, you don't have to be worrying about those asylum fees because USCIS themselves will issue personal notice to aliens when their annual asylum fee is due, which will include the amount of the fee and when it must be paid, how the fee must be paid, and the consequences of failing to pay. USCIS will provide guidance for future years' payment in subsequent issuance. So just relax. USCIS will send you the notice themselves. The only thing you need to do is to have an update address with USCIS. If you change the address, you have to change it with USCIS, okay? So they have your address, correct address. When the time comes, they will send you a notice themselves. It's on their website. So let me copy the link. So it's on their webpage, and that's official communication, okay? So you don't have to be worrying about that. Let me stop right here first. This is the link. The Diane and family, that's the link, okay? You can bookmark it on your computer. That's the link. You don't have to worry about it. USCIS will send, because this is official communication. They'll send themselves the notice. You just have to have a valid address. But if a person case is pending with the court, that's a different type of story. You must pay yourself. Okay, right now the court portal, let's see the court portal. The court portal has initial fee payment only showing, but again, if something else comes, they will update it. They don't have annual, they only have initial fee payment showing. Let me show you the court. Yeah, let me show you the court. The court. Yeah, the court. That's for people who are in court. Okay. For people who are in court, it's different. You gotta pay yourself, and then you have to notify the court that you pay because they're not gonna be checking their website. It's your job, your own responsibility. You go through their website. This is their website. You scroll down. You put your alien number. You scroll down. You go. You see here it's court application for asylum fee initial fee. Right now it's only showing initial fee. At some point they will update it to annual fees. But right now it's only showing initial fee. Then you pay, you download the receipt, and you tell the court, you file with the court, and and you serve ICE. That's how we file with courts. So when a person is in court, technically they have a lawyer. Really, the lawyer should help them file for those fees. So that's why I'm not really worrying about people in court because they have their lawyers. Because I already did for my clients. Okay, so let me stop right here. So I-130 was filed. If I-130 was filed prior to the child turning 21, you should be fine because you already locked the date, right? So I think you should be fine according to the age requirement thing. You should be fine. Yeah, I honestly think you should be fine if it was filed prior to the child turning 21. So, okay. Okay, so but what is going on? Yeah, that's what we want to discuss. What is going on with immigration? Let's start first with the birthright citizenship case. What is going on? Then we're going to talk about TPS for Venezuela and Haiti. Then we're going to talk about ICE raids. Then we're going to talk about policies. Yeah, let's just start with one and see how we're moving along. And if you have a question, meanwhile, just please put in the comment section. And meanwhile, too, please like and share. Please like and share because we're not getting a lot of people because you're not sharing and you're not liking. That's the problem. That's why I'm not coming to those live session, because if you're not sharing, what's the purpose of me coming? You gotta be sharing so that we reach a lot of people. You see, you gotta be sharing. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let's start with the birthright citizenship. Okay, what is going on with the birthright citizenship? Okay, so it says here the federal court uphold block in birthright citizenship lawsuit may go to the Supreme Court. So the Trump administration is just not gonna let it go. They're just gonna go. I mean, they already sent the case in court in at the Supreme Court. Okay, three judges from the U.S. Court of Appeal for the First Circuit in Massachusetts upheld a temporary block and on an executive order issued by the Trump administration in January that will take away birthright citizenship for the children of some immigrants. Okay, the court upheld original decision on Friday. Okay, the court's basically saying that a child who's born on the American soil, they have to have their U.S. citizenship, period, right? But the Trump administration, they don't agree. The lesson of history to give us every reason to worry for now, blessing this most recent effort to break with our established tradition of recognizing birthright citizenship and to make citizenship dependent on the action of one parent rather than in all but the rarest of circumstances, the simple fact of being born in the United States. So basically, the courts want people, the appeal court, of course, they want people who are born here, regardless whether they have parents who have citizenship or not, they have to, they're U.S. citizen by virtue of birth. Okay, but the Trump administration, they don't want that, so they already sent the case to the Supreme Court. Okay, the Supreme Court has to finally decide on the constitutionality of that. Okay, so that's what we're waiting, because the case already went to the Supreme Court. As a matter of fact, I placed an article on my Facebook page talking about it. What they were saying is that Trump birthright citizenship head back to Supreme Court as the new term begins. Okay, the administration argues 14th Amendment was intended only for freed slaves and their children. So yeah, so basically we're gonna see the argument and we're gonna finally have a response once and for all. But for now, if a person in those states that they filed the lawsuit, so basically, if a child is born from the parent who are not U.S. citizen, they're still U.S. citizen by virtue of birth. Okay, that's what's going on with the birthright citizenship. Okay. What else we have going on? We have TPS. Let's talk about TPS for Venezuela. What's going on with TPS for Venezuela? Let me see what's going on with TPS for Venezuela. Okay. Yeah, the TPS of Venezuela is terminated. Okay, and but the employment authorization will remain valid until October 2nd, 2026. So people can still work. Those who have valid work authorization or renewal, they can still work until October 2nd, 2026. But I want to see the decision because there was a decision yesterday. Yeah. Okay, Supreme Court ruling trigger fear among Venezuela TPS in South Florida. So basically, hundreds of thousands living in the United States say they are now living in fear that allowed the Trump administration to resume deportation. Okay. Um, yeah, as I said, the work permit is going to be valid until October of 2026. But TPS in it's just over for Venezuela. Um, I guess in Haiti the same thing, right? Yeah. So yeah, it says yeah, pretty much the same thing. Let's see what else we have here. Pretty much TPS is over for Venezuela, but the work permit, of course, until October 2026. Yeah. Yeah. What else we have here? Meanwhile, anybody else has a question as we're moving along with those news? Anybody has a question? And did you know that they are monitoring 24/7, monitoring social media? Yeah, so that's what's happening too. Let me see. Yeah, we got this news too. Let me share my screen for this one as well. Share the screen. Okay. ICE want to build out a 24/7 social media surveillance team. Okay. Says that authorities are moving to dramatically expand their social media surveillance with plans to hire nearly 30 contractors to sift through past photo and messages, whole material to be transformed into intelligence for deportation, raids, and arrests. Federal contracting record review by Wire showed that the agency is seeking private vendor to run a multiple-year surveillance program out of two of its little-known targets and centers. The program envisions stationing nearly 30 private enforcement. The initial is still at the request for immigration stage, a step agency uses to gauge interest. I just want to contract constantly. Yeah, so basically they want to, in general, people just have to be careful what they're posting on the internet because, yeah, that's what the news says. 24/7 surveillance. Yeah. So if somebody's posting something on the internet, they just have to be aware that ICE is monitoring. Yeah. ICE is monitoring pretty much everything at this point. And what else? Let me see again what else we have here as far as immigration news is concerned. Yeah, presidential memo authorizing support refining. Okay, let me share the screen so we can talk about this. Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, we got okay. No, not here. Okay. Yeah, presidential memo authorizing National Guard deployment in Illinois. Okay. The president issued a memo deploying at least 300 members of National Guard to Illinois for the stated purpose to protect ICE, FPS, and other United States government personnel who are executing federal law in the state of Illinois and federal property in the state of Illinois. So basically, as you know, in Chicago, Illinois is basically, and like Chicago is in Illinois. Oh my gosh, I can't pronounce it. But anyway, so they sent troops, like military, basically, National Guard, to protect ICE because ICE is trying to enforce immigration laws. Basically, ICE is trying to deport, um, execute those order of removal and stuff like that. But because they're facing a lot of opposition, I guess that's why they sent this um, National Guard. So they had a memo, 300 people, okay? It says here the situation in the state of Illinois, particularly in around the city of Chicago, cannot continue. Federal facilities in Illinois, including those directly supporting immigration and customs enforcement, have come under coordinated assault by violent group intent on obstructing federal law enforcement activities. So that's why they sent the military, because of the resistance, okay? Those groups sought to impede the deportation and removal of criminal aliens through violent demonstration, intimidation, and sabotage of federal operations. So that's why they're sending troops. So that's why they sent troops. That's what this article is saying. What else we have here? Then we have a new EOR director. They hire a new one as a EOR director. This person, Darren K. Margolin. Quite to accept party speculation. Yeah. That's it, right? And then we have latest immigration news. We have here Trump Labor Department says his immigration raids are causing a food crisis. Well, for sure, right? No wonder why he said that those people from Korea have to come back. But anyway, um, Trump is open to invoke the Insurrection Act. ICE closes detention oversight group in shutdown. Trump appointed new head of immigration court. That one we saw. Pope Leo tells bishop to address Trump immigration crackdown. The next Trump immigration rule aiming to restrict H-1B visa. That's why they're requiring employer to pay $100,000. Yeah, that blame the immigrant. Okay, so those are the immigration news lately. Any question? Those are the immigration news lately. Somebody was talking about a bill. I didn't see any bill going on. Um, I saw somebody talking about the bill. Did you hear about any bill that was passed? I'm trying to find if there's the Bipartisan Dignity Act. Okay. Yeah, but nothing really like out of the ordinary that we need to talk about. Those are just pending bills, nothing concrete. Yeah, I don't like to talk about pending bills because, you know, yeah, I don't like, I want something concrete. If there's something concrete to talk about, then I'll talk about it. It's just a pending bill. It's like gambling, basically. It's really gambling because we don't know. Yeah, pretty much gambling. Yeah, those are pending bills. Those are just like gambling. I don't like to talk about like to just gamble on things that are not. It's like if something really passed become a law, we can talk about it. But this is just gambling. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. But if you have a question, please, this is the time to ask your question so we can answer it. If you have a question, this is the time. I'm just trying to find if there's something else we can talk about. Nothing really. Okay, do we have anything else? Okay, I don't think we have any more questions. If you miss it, you can start from the beginning. Okay. Anybody else do have question? If you don't have a question, we can stop here. Okay. Come back with when we have more to discuss. Come back when we have more to discuss. Okay. Okay. So we are done for today. Okay. If we have more news, we'll come back. Since we don't have more news, we're just gonna be done for today. Until next time.